has begun.
Yes, hopefully you will all show up. Because I saw 11 likes on the post about our guest, the Banzuke, returning. So we will just wait and see for people to come.
Yeah, we can take care of some of the easy stuff first.
Yeah, like who's going to be our Yokozuna?
Yeah, how sharp. Oh boy.
Yeah, so one trick to doing it this way.
Nope. I got it. We're fine.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
I was dragging the monitor on the OBS. I need to be dragging the monitor on the monitor. There it is.
We will get the hang of this at some point.
This is going to be the weird one. Kotozakura outstripping Aonishiki is top dog.
Well, Kotozakura has not given up his spot. He's not ready. I got to give him credit for that.
10-5, it's the best he's had in a while.
He's a tank. Even with bad knees, it's like he's not going anywhere easily.
All right. Well, that's the extent of the gimmies.
Yeah, that's about all we know.
That's all right.
You can go down to the bottom and like try to play games at the bottom.
Let's see. Yeah. So Ryuden's coming up. Waka no Show is coming up.
I'm very excited. Quite. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Takakeisho 2.0.
You're first. I'm just so hyped for Waka no Show. I can't wait. I haven't been this excited about a prospect in a while.
Yeah, and then Onokatsu is the other one who goes down. Bad luck.
Oh, I gotta. I'm gonna have to look for that again. So, we played the infamous hate, great, or meh.
Yeah.
And what came out of that conversation was there are no hate or comments on the internet, but I found one.
I saw the comment that you had found somebody.
Of course, it's on that computer, so I'm gonna have to look for it. Hopefully, I saved it on the desktop.
When did Ura Henka?
Oh, did you actually see it? You knew it was that?
Well, you said a certain topic in the
comments. Good job, John. You actually got it. I expected everyone to know. Yes, it was a Henka comment. The only thing that could possibly surpass the love for Ura is people's hate for the Henka. I don't remember him ever Henkaing, so I'm sitting here thinking, like, is this a bot? Is this pretend? Or is this person actually sincere? I don't know. Yes, there will be some more hate or great coming up. I'm working on that as we speak. I was going to do the Scandal edition, because that should be fun.
There's been a new one since the Sega Hama, right?
Yeah, no. There's no new scandals.
No new scandals.
But none of us, we haven't covered it, but instead of giving our opinion, we could just read comments instead and see what people think.
I'm messing around with this microphone until
you get it right.
Yeah. I'm looking at the levels, and I want to make sure that when I'm looking at the monitor and not at the chat,
right,
that my levels are okay.
This is a very challenging setup.
We got this huge screen though,
which is so much better.
Because beforehand we had
we're cuddled around a little
that
monitor.
small, like we took that small monitor and we zoomed the chat in super big, and that was the only way we could read it, and it was not great. But now we've got this huge monitor or huge TV that's hooked up to the computer, which makes reading the comments perfect.
It does, but now we have to figure out everything else. So no complaints. I'm sure someone will complain. It's okay. What's up, Michael? We're about to have some fun tonight. The Scandal comments are tough because most of them are actually somewhat thought through. I haven't seen a lot of just blatant, like, disrespect. So I may have to go back to, like, not liking wrestler comments if we really want to have fun with it. I'm working on it. We will have a mini version of the game for sure. But yes, for those who might have missed it, the Ura comment was related to the Henka. I can't believe only John got it. When I was giving you all the hints, what is the one thing that surpasses all things?
A certain topic. I'm like, there's only one.
There's only one. Yes. The Hanka might just... I'd like to see if Ura actually... I don't actually remember Ura ever Hanka, but it'd be amazing to see him Hanka and see how many people actually care. Probably just that one guy. Everyone else would be like, cool, he Hanka. That's awesome.
Some people are just bent out of shape about it.
I think maybe by the way that it's portrayed. You know, the announcers have a little role to play in that. Like, if you're a brand new sumo fan and then the announcers are like, oh, Hanka, poo to you. Well, then somebody's going to have their own impression from that. All right, I'm working on it. I'm trying to find some good hater comments. Oh, he'd rather just hear my own opinions on the scandal. I want those suggestions from the comment game from last stream. I got to work on that because it was really hard, actually, to find random wrestlers that people didn't like, but I'm working on it. We can talk about that a little bit. I don't mind. I don't know if you mind, John. I'll give my opinion.
Isegahama?
Yeah, I'll give my opinion and get roasted in the comments. I don't mind.
I was thinking about it, and I remember when I was in college, and I visited a frat house, and I saw a couple people who were so blackout drunk that they were just
not even human anymore.
They were gone, and so I can see a certain wrestler. Didn't they say like they were out till like 3 a.m. too?
Yes. If you're out till 3 a.m. drinking, nothing good is gonna happen.
So they're telling this guy drink until you can't, and he's
20.
He is a young guy in peak fitness whose body is used to enduring all manner of things.
Right.
Probably drank like a gallon of sake until the point that he was just a complete nutter.
Right. Like he probably doesn't even know where he is.
Beyond blackout drunk. And then at that point, you're incomprehensible. You are not listening to people. You can't comprehend. So Isegahama, Terunofuji, is just like, get your stuff together. Stop being a creep.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't.
He kicks him out briefly. Now, of course, you can say if you don't believe the report, that's a different topic. We have this. Let's just assume we believe the report, and we'll give the opinion on that. Not believing the report is a different topic. So go from there.
I think there is something somewhere. Did I break this thing? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Sorry, guys. No. Okay. I think it's fine. If there's weird, like, very, very small boundaries on the stream, let me know. It was giving me a weird message. I
don't like when that happens because I don't understand what creates
it's fine.
that.
Maybe it's fine. If it's not fine, there is something I can do to tweak this, but I'm trying not to be too crazy.
Yeah. So anyway.
So yeah.
Blackout drunk.
I will believe that Hakunofuji, Ochiai, Hakuho, whatever you want to call them, had a bit too much to drink and got a little weird. And then here are all the supporters, all the people giving the stable money, probably not liking this guy being a weirdo. And so it's up to Terunofuji to do something to get this guy in line. And he probably say, hey, stop it. And he didn't. And then he yelled at him. And so then all you got to do is give him a hand.
And you got to wonder with Terunofuji's own background with drinking,
It's not excusing the action. It's just...
No, I'm saying, did it cause him to, start thinking, oh, I know where this is going?
Possibly.
Kind of
yeah. So I think all that happened, and then, as is often the case with these scandals, it's not that it happened, it's that people saw it.
Exactly. I think if no one saw it, we never hear about it.
I suspect something like this happens all the time, because that is the unspoken understanding about sumo, is that it's a very physical reality.
So, adding to that, I feel like this is a multi-layered problem. Let's take the Terunofuji thing out of and put it in isolation, right? If you really did get handsy with a girl, you can't forgive that, especially in a supporters group. He's a huge dude, and he just can't be putting his hands on a girl. Just can't. If he's had a history of this as well, then that's also a problem. But they probably shouldn't take the young kid out drinking. Probably should make him stay home. That's one thing. So it probably makes Terunofuji look bad that if this is like multiple times that Hakunofuji's done this, it's like, why can't you control this kid? But I think the reason it's blowing up the way that it's blowing up is because of how stupidly they handled the Hakuho thing. That's what this is all about. This is literally what it's all about. No one can actually look at the situation for what it is because they did the stupidest stuff with Hakuho, and it came back to bite him. And I knew it would. It's like you thought nobody else would ever get themselves in trouble. Hakuho's the only guy who sucks at his job. What a foolish decision it was to go that hard, thinking you'd never have to contradict yourself.
There's definitely two sets of rules being used. I feel like that's
for sure.
That's indisputable.
You can't go down the ethnicity route though, because Terunofuji is also Mongolian. I saw a million comments. Oh, it's because Hakuho is Mongolian. So is Terunofuji. Okay, so let's just drop that.
Yeah, it is.
That might be the case in some issues, but if anything, this tells you it's more about we like Terunofuji. We can control Terunofuji. They knew they could never control Hakuho, and it was kind of like, ends justify the means. Whatever we got to do to get him out, because we will never control him. Whereas Terunofuji, it's like, we got you.
Regarding the culture, though, turn the clock back to when Asanoyama got slapped for COVID.
He got a harsher punishment than Hakunofuji.
He got a pretty rough time, and the understanding was that he was asked out by sponsors. Now, scuttlebutt, etc., grain of salt, but it was understood that they went to him and said, "You're not supposed to be out, but these are the guys giving us a lot of money.
So just don't get caught."
And
he got caught.
And then the blame goes to him.
Right. Right. It's just, they make up their standards as they go.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where they get themselves into trouble. It's like, okay, well, now people don't trust you. But I'm seeing some of this in the chat, and I have to agree. Like, you got to cut out the drinking culture, period. These kids, like, Hakunofuji's not that old, man. Drinking with, his boss who's 35, who's lived, like, a totally different life. It's just not a good idea. It is the expectation of jobs in Japan. Like, that's a common thing. But maybe just don't do it with guys who are like 500 pounds and could really do some damage if they're really drunk. Maybe you'd get rid of a lot of the violence if you just kind of slowed down on the drinking culture. By the way, Takakeisho said in an interview that he doesn't drink and never has. So good for him. Maybe he can keep himself out of scandal that way. I got lots of Hakaku quotes, or Hakaku comments, so we're going to have fun with this. Now, the comments will be more varied than the Hoshoryu ones, which are usually just, Hoshoryu sucks, Hanka Shoryu, the same stuff. At least the Hakaku ones, there's some thought put behind them. Okay, so anyway, let's read some comments on the chat, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so Monster wants the Hakaku episode. That's what we will do. Bob has not prepared himself, even though he knew this was coming. Monster does not believe the report. Now, there's plenty of reason to be suspicious.
It was very curated.
Very curated. Like, was there actually a bottle or not? Why did a bottle even come up and then suddenly was gone? Was there more actual violence than just the little slap? Also, why did he ask him to come back in? Like, there's some things where you're like, there's a gap.
That struck me as odd that he's just like, oh, he's gonna get in trouble if
he leaves him out there.
If he leaves him out there, I'm like, can't you just like? Isn't his attendant right there? Isn't there like an assistant coach?
Don't you have a whole room full of people that can keep an eye on him?
Somebody drive him out.
Yeah, something. Well, no, none of them can drive, so they'd have to walk him.
Call up if you have a half dozen Rikishi.
Somebody can bring him home.
Somebody can bring him home.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this.
That part of it struck me as very odd, but I figured that there was
something was left out.
Something was left out there.
We missed a couple of comments up top.
Let's see.
We'll read those quick so that we're caught up. Let's see. The JSA needs to cut out the drinking culture among Rikishi. There's literally no upsides. I agree with that, but I don't see Japan changing that. Hello, Elise. It's good to see you. It's been a little while since you've been in the live chat. Does anyone really want to stay up drinking with their boss in the first place?
That's
Probably
a
not.
Japan thing.
Yeah.
That's very much a culture there.
Yeah. Bob is multitasking 5 things. That's okay, Bob. Just every once in a while, pop in and say something good. And yes, if they want to keep their job, yeah, they have no choice. I don't know if Isegahama knows that Hakunofuji has issues with drinking. Shouldn't there be some protocol? I don't know.
That is probably the part of this that I feel like is the most suspect.
Yeah, I mean, how is it that much different in some ways? In some ways. Not severity, but Hakuho not paying attention to Hokuseiho. Or not Hokuseiho.
Yeah.
Well, we can't even say his name.
Maybe Hakunofuji does have a drinking problem, which could have been manifested by all the crap that he's been through over the last few years.
Maybe someone should check on the guy once in a while. You kind of been screwing him left and right.
It also, to me, that feels a lot like shifting the blame.
Yeah. But yet he didn't really get punished. Which, okay, so you got handsy with a girl, so that's not bad enough to get punished. Meanwhile, like you had brought up, Asanoyama, he just went out of the house and he like lost his whole career.
They were super gun shy about the whole COVID anything.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they don't want Hakunofuji to like either they don't want him to quit or they don't want him to say something or they don't want him to tell Hakuho something or there's some reason they're trying to placate him.
Maybe. I think
unless the whole story is
the thing is that I also think that he didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so all they can do is implicate him.
Right.
And so like I think now we're obviously none of us were in there and there was I think the reports do corroborate that like he was touching people. I don't know the context of that. I don't know if it was sort of let's hang out, you're cool, and then he takes it a step too far.
Right. Like since she didn't actually give a statement.
And she's also not pressed charges, which doesn't really mean anything at all.
No, not in Japan.
Because, particularly like if you want to hang out with these people, then you press charges. You're not hanging out with them anymore.
Right.
So.
And they may have even given her a bunch of money and stuff.
There might have been some of that.
So we really don't know what that even means.
That
might be just their way of saying, Hakunofuji's a bad guy. See?
Yeah.
See?
Well, also it is a bit of buster. He's like, oh no, yeah, he has drinking problems. This is happening. Just like,
yeah, I don't know.
It's very sketchy.
We know Terunofuji has drinking problems. Okay, we've heard the stories. I don't know. The point is that we'll never really know what happened. I mean, do we really know what happened in the room with the 4 Yokozuna when they were together? Hakuho
and Takanoiwa?
Yeah. Do we really know what he actually got hit with? Because first it was a bottle, then it was an ashtray, then it was a remote control.
A karaoke remote, yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be the same thing. We're never going to actually know what happened in that room. We just know a lot of sketch happened in that room.
Yeah, they massaged the story so that it was palatable to give him a more lenient sentence. Something that was also interesting that's come out of it is about how the Isegahama is going to be like joint supervised by all of the
That's very interesting.
coaches. I don't know what that means.
Right? But just think of the irony here, okay? So Hakuho basically quit because he didn't want to be under Isegahama, Terunofuji Isegahama's guidance. And that was the final straw. Like, I'm not going to be under him. And now Isegahama's got to go through it himself. Maybe understand it now. Maybe understand just a little bit about why Hakuho didn't want to do it. It's kind of embarrassing.
It's still... people will forget about this.
They will.
And then they'll...
Well, the people who really hate what happened to Hakuho will never get over this.
Maybe.
But what'll happen is an influx of new sumo fans will come in and will just goldfish memory this whole thing.
They'll be in the goldfish memory. There'll be some new scandal that'll come up, and then nothing's gonna happen in the Isegahama stable, and then Terunofuji will get re-promoted once he's
right. He may never get any board positions. They might be able
well,
to...
he's lost ground on that for sure.
Basically, don't screw up.
Yep.
Anyways, let's see.
Yep. He wants to drink with Shodai.
That would be classic.
I only want to drink with Shodai if it's wine and we're on a boat like the picture. Yeah,
yes.
The meme picture. Not drunk enough to future sight the Banzuke.
You've got time.
Hobgob didn't do his homework, but he'll lend opinions. Hello, Tim. Hid the bottle that everyone was saying was you, so you know something is up.
Man, those bottles, they just suddenly go missing. You know, bottles are a really bad thing to hit somebody with. You should just use your hand versus a bottle.
Yeah. When it comes to drinking, do it if it was that or get fired, but you wouldn't want to go to a bar with your boss. It's a weird energy.
I'm glad that's not our culture, because I can't think of a single boss I've ever had that I would want to go drinking with.
It would be you can't,
not a single one.
You need a special work group. The people that you could actually trust, or else you're
asking for some disaster.
It is guard up. You can't really say.
I would
anything.
pretend to drink. I wouldn't actually drink.
There's an art to that.
Absolutely, you don't actually get drunk because something is.
No, yeah, I mean that's the whole like
wrong.
Well, anyway, that's you pretend to drink. You don't drink as much. It's what you got to do. It is work because it was a supporters club. No mention of what the woman feels or thinks at all, considering she didn't request any punishment. It makes you wonder if she'd have something to say the JSA wouldn't like.
It's so tricky because I'm almost even surprised that they mentioned he did that, because in Japan they cover a lot of that stuff up. Yeah,
now the thing about that, and this is also we're just never gonna know, because first off, it would have to be something heinous for the woman to say anything.
Right.
Because if the woman makes a stink out of this, then she's just blacklisted.
Right.
So this has to be I'm done with sumo kind of a deal.
I want nothing to do with these people.
Or it's just something that's like so objectively bad that you're just like, okay, yeah, you're going to complain about that. So but the fact that they brought it up, the woman hasn't pressed charges, so it can't be too bad. I'm just like, she's not.
She wouldn't.
So
that means nothing. Nice try.
It was weird about that. Just almost completely apathetic to the whole situation, because I know we'll never get the full story. It's not good that I'm apathetic, but I'm sad they're at a point with that scandals.
Well, I mean, how many scandals have we gone through lately?
It's been a lot.
I mean, I remember, what is it, Tachiai.org had a scandal countdown?
Yes.
I mean, that's how many we get.
Serenity Prayer.
Yeah, just give it up. Can't control it.
It's the one time I'm not at all apathetic about it.
That's good. We need somebody to, fire us up, you know?
Yeah, it is hard to get riled up about it, because you know that what's being brought out is not the truth. And this isn't something that's bad enough. Like the Hokuseiho stuff. I mean, some of the things you heard.
Burning people and...
You heard some of the stuff, you're like, oh, this is really bad. This is horrible. Trying to apply this to things that I've seen in my life, I'm like, well, this guy got too drunk and was starting to hit on chicks. Right. Or being a creep. That's the impression we're given.
Right.
then it's just like, well, maybe there could have been some borderline.
Well, I mean, seriously, though, if he actually put his hand on a girl's thigh and she didn't want it, yeah, I'd smack him in the face, too.
Yeah, well,
his boss should just backhand him. But if he takes a bottle and cracks his skull, that's different.
This is where you need to be in the room. And
yeah, if you're not in the room, you just really can't give a truly good opinion about it. We can only speculate.
And so, and also, like, I can see how this would also, like, it would sort of, like, take some of the wind out of your sails. You want to get riled up. You're just like, well, this could have actually been reasonable.
Right. Once you add, and look at that. Look at how the JSA covered all angles.
Yeah, so it's...
Well played, JSA.
We're never going to know.
No.
Hobgob
agrees.
Yeah. Hobgob has a boss that you can go drinking with. That's good.
That is good for you, Bob. I can never say I have.
Stereotype of the drunk businessmen around at night. Yeah, it's because they get riley. Stereotypes often do have a little nugget of truth to them, or a big nugget.
Yes.
Yoshinofuji going to be above Ichi Yamamoto. Oh, here we go.
Bob is whittling down his list. All right, I'm going to find a good Hakaku comment. And we're going to start the game as well.
This is phase 1 of our list for people who are looking at it. I did some quick math, and then I literally just grabbed people to fill in the gaps and to spread people out who are on the same rank. And I did that, and I've not looked at it since. What I will say is my thoughts for Sanyaku is that Atami Fuji is going to be top dog. Well earned. Mm-hmm. Takayasu's not going to move to 7-8.
He is Mr. Hold.
Wakataka Kage is going to take his brother's spot. And then Koto Shoho is going to pole vault up into Sanyaku, so he'll be a Kamasubi.
Is this his first time at Kamasubi?
Yes.
Nice.
My opinion is this: what's more likely, JSA hiding Hakuho's student committing a crime, or hiding that it was mutual to make Terunofuji seem less unreasonable?
Well, it really backed them into a corner, didn't it? Because wouldn't it just make them so happy to be like, look this is how bad Hakuho was at raising these students. But then Terunofuji becomes a casualty, so...
Yep, they had to be...
They had no choice but to, try to, play this off as calmly and coolly as they could.
Yep. I think also, and this is now we're pure into speculation, but with the assumption, I'll say, not the understanding, that these types of parties and these types of things are happening all the time.
Yeah, and how many times has something like this actually happened that never got reported?
That never got reported. And so you don't want to set the precedent.
To report these things.
Also, that if something like this is found out again, now they're setting the precedent that, if it was understandable, or if it wasn't that bad, then we're going to have a lesser punishment. So then let's say they go down hard and heavy on Terunofuji, and then
6 months later, it's somebody else.
6 months later, it's somebody who's, it's Chairman Hakaku's has a party, and it goes really, really bad. He decks somebody.
Yeah, he's decked his share of people. And...
Oh, yeah. He's old school.
20 years ago, they got away with all of it.
So, and then if that gets out, now the precedent is, if you're putting your hands on your kids like this, there is no tolerance.
Right, so they have to create a tolerance.
So they're creating tolerance.
They basically just laid out the map for the rest of the guys.
Yep.
If you end up hitting your guy, make sure you come and report it first. And make sure you have a reason why you had to hit the guy. Yep.
So that's, again, they're giving themselves an out with this. So some of this is saving Terunofuji, some of this is
saving
themselves. And making, because they made this big deal about no more violence, and they have the reporting, and then people get reported.
It's a violent sport. There's gonna continue to be violence. Not that I'm saying it's good, but
some of that is part of the culture, and it's part of what happens when you put a bunch of young, strong, riled up people in the same building where they now have to eat and live, in addition to then fighting each other.
And then you tell them you can go out and drink as much as you want to blow off steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, what's the average sumo age? 15 to 30?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, those are definitely reasonable humans. We've all been that, well, most of us have been that age, I'm sure, or at least are at that age.
Yes.
And understand that there's a certain
There's certain things you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
At that age, you don't exactly have the same brain function.
No. Oh, his boss is moving, so hopefully the new boss is chill. Good luck on that. Thinking Kodo Kamasubi or Takayasu gets another beneficial ruling.
Takayasu's definitely getting a beneficial ruling.
I want to make Kodo Shoho Sekiwaki. I don't know how. I didn't think about it that way. I guess there really is only one option in many ways. Got Takayasu and Kodo Shoho switched, but I'm not fanatical for it.
No, I think they'll hold Takayasu.
I might put Kodo Shoho above Wakataka Kage. I think I'll do that.
All right, I'm going to read a Hakaku comment. This is going to require some research because I don't know if this is accurate or not. You guys are really going to have to weigh in on this one. This was in reference to Hakaku, blasting Hoshoryu. Hakaku must have forgotten his own 9 times he failed to get 12 wins as Yokozuna while still finishing tournaments. Is this a hate, great, or meh? And do we have some context for this claim?
Over his whole career?
Well, I don't know if it's over his whole career.
As a Yokozuna? Like, how long was he Yokozuna?
I don't know, because there was somebody else who was saying things like Hakaku was a terrible Yokozuna, and then someone was like, he won 6 tournaments. So when people make these claims about
like
Hakaku, I don't know.
Is a Yokozuna who was there for 5-6 years?
Yeah.
And then 9 of his tournaments are 11s and 4s? Okay.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got to get some opinion on that. I'll get another comment too. Bob says it's a meh because it lacks context. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I would need a paragraph on that. Oh, I thought it would have been hate or great on the stuff Hakaku himself said. Well, I'd have to... I mean, we could do that. I have to get the actual translation of what he said. Oh, I found my own comment on that video. Let me see if I can find a translation here. All right, we'll keep Banzuke, and I'll get back to you on that.
That would have been hater great on the stuff Hakaku himself. All right.
He wants me to actually
read
the Hakaku quote, and then we talk about it.
Also, hello, Goose. I hate him, so all hate is great.
Oh, there's a lot of Hakaku hate.
He's a very divisive individual.
He might be disliked more than Hoshoryu, but the Hoshoryu comments are more childish, whereas the Hakaku ones are literally like, I hate him. Like, oh, well, that makes it easy. All right, let's see if I can find a translation. People talk about Hakaku and they become like a hive mind of bugs. That's all of Sumo ever. I want to try an experiment one time where I just say something outrageously untrue and then see if it passes. Like an opinion that is based in nothing real. And see if that's just something that goes out there. All right, let's see if I can find the quote.
Man, some of these are just funky. Some of these, just stacks of double-digit losses. Like, where are we gonna put them?
As I'm looking for the actual quote, I'll just read another comment for you. Hakaku is 2 years until he's forced to resign. I can't wait. Thanks, that cheered me right up.
Oh boy. Hakaku only got below 12 wins once before he got his first Yusho, which is very important to this current situation. He also had to deal with mostly healthy Terunofuji.
I mean, we do have to keep that in mind. The Hakaku had to fight, a real badass there.
When it comes to any of the coaches or any of the sumo staff trashing current wrestlers, they do have the leg up, having been in the rings before.
Yes.
Now, it feels a little unwarranted or maybe excessive that here and there, and to the most part, there's typically it's said with certain context or agendas, but like I wouldn't discredit Hakaku calling a wrestler bad offhand.
Right. Well, I mean, so here's some of what I have here. So this is what got people fired up. Hakaku described Hoshiryu's performance as a pathetic loss and stated that he just wasn't fully committed. He pointed out Hoshiryu's movement stalling after a right-handed grip and opening himself up for a double grip when attempting an upper arm throw, ultimately leading to him being thrown down. It was a sequence where he dug his own grave time and time again. I need the longer...
Wakanosho. I moved Wakanosho over for Ryuden. And then we have these people in the danger zone underneath the Juryo Promotees.
It's like one of the things he said was basically the thing that a lot of people took issue with, and I want to find the exact like translation, but I can't find it right now, was he blasted Hoshiryu for when he says he's not committed, he never commits to a specific style. So he's complaining about how he always, you know, he's going for a throw here, he's going for the blast out here, he's going for this, that, and the other thing. And it makes for sort of, what is the word I'm looking for? Schizophrenic sumo, I guess. Like he's all over the place, and that fired people up. They were like, and so some people, and I can actually read their comments. Here's the defenders of Hoshiryu on this. So maybe we can talk about the merits of the defense versus the criticism.
Yeah. If I was a talented athlete, I too would be abusing my ability to shit talk my successor. That's part of it.
Right?
This is like,
this
again,
is something you've earned by being in the ring.
Like, yeah, when like sometimes like Nishonoseki will say something.
Oh, constantly. Like an 11-4 is not a real you show.
And or just anybody, they go to them, or some of the broadcasters who've been watching this for like 20 or 30 years, and they drag on somebody. I'm like, they have a leg up. I mean,
you've earned it. You've
exactly.
You've bled in the ring. You've fought through every injury. Your body is never the same in retirement. You want to be the cranky old man sitting on your couch saying, I could have done it better.
Yeah.
And no one can disprove it because you're no longer out there.
You're no longer out there. And, like there is a difference for somebody who has been in the ring.
Absolutely.
It's that perspective, particularly because Hakaku was a Yokozuna.
Right. So like I cannot, I mean, I made a comment on one of those videos. I cannot say that Hakaku is wrong in his assessment of, like, wrong to point out his assessment of Hoshiryu's actual sumo. Because he sees it a certain way. He's actually was a Yokozuna. He thinks Hoshiryu should be more consistent. He thinks he should go from a power position instead of, like, the scrambling things, I mean, one of the great things about Hoshiryu is his footwork. And that's how he can get in these positions. But he gets out of position, too. That's when he finds himself in these desperate, let me do like a last-minute throw, which is possibly how he gets himself hurt, too. How can I say that Hakaku doesn't know what he's talking about? He knows more about what he's talking about than I do. But I can get pissy about his tone. I can get pissy about how he does it.
The context of things is where things can get upsetting.
And I think that's what a lot of people's issues are, is that he just suddenly just starts. But we're used to Asashiryu and his crazy Twitter rants, so how is it any different, really?
From a logical standpoint, just because someone wasn't successful at something doesn't mean their opinions about someone in the same position are automatically incorrect. That's the inverse. What I'm saying is that Hakaku is somebody who's done it and was successful. So he can have a bad take, but you're
He's
not
still legit to point out what he wants to point out.
Yes.
Better than me, just giving opinions on a
you
sumo podcast.
You have people who are, there are people who haven't done it who are like, you have commentators, broadcasters, replay people, analysts. Like, these are people that, like, they never
did it.
They never did it, but they're really good at analyzing it.
Right, but we can talk crap all day about Hakaku's managerial decisions.
Yes. Oh, certainly. And
we've all been in those situations.
And we can hear him saying these things, and he's like, "Well, you do have a point, but you're not saying that to criticize."
Right.
You're saying this because you're upset that the Yokozuna are out again. Like, it's not. It's the why rather than the what.
Yeah, I feel a little bit bad, Monster, because I'm not as prepared for this because I misunderstood what you guys were asking. So we might have to do the actual criticisms and hate greater meh about Hakaku's comments when I actually have them. But I will say that I think it came from a place of frustration.
Yeah.
I think in some ways, maybe I'm wrong, but my interpretation is that he actually does want Hoshoryu to succeed.
I think he does. I think it's also there is a lot of people who just want Hoshoryu to get that one cup.
Yeah, I think most people, not the fans who like see 5 seconds of him and make up these weird opinions like that one comment we did in the last stream. Most people in the sumo world, I think, like Hoshoryu and are rooting for him.
They want him to do better. They're getting frustrated.
Yeah, they're like tired of the same old story. They wouldn't have promoted him. We saw what they did to Takakeisho. They would not have promoted Hoshoryu if they didn't believe in him.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't go into the ethnicity thing there either because he's also Mongolian. And as I have said before, he's actually far more respectful than the people that were behind him that we call great. He's actually like
he's pretty clean cut as it goes.
He's clean cut, chill, laughing a lot. Like we should get into that comment, but we gotta catch up first.
Yeah. I think did Takakeisho win something on an 11-4? I'm trying to remember. There might have been one.
Yes, he did.
There might have been one or two Yushos on an 11-4
He did get an 11-4, and that was actually in one of those failed Yokozuna runs.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't good enough.
Hokuto Umi was also shorter and lighter than Hoshoryu, and he made an aggressive forward style work. Definitely shows where he comes from when he criticizes Hoshoryu in that quote.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe he sees some of himself in Hoshoryu, and he wants more for him. I actually don't take it as him hating on him. I take it as him being frustrated with him. That doesn't mean I'm a fan of Hakaku for other reasons.
He's got a few reasons.
There's a few things he's done.
A few things.
Same with Hakuho, though. I got my axe to grind with him. He's not perfect in my eyes. I'll give him the status as the greatest of all time, but I will not say that he didn't do some things to make me upset.
He was a controversy machine.
Absolutely. He could be like the greatest guy 1 minute and the next minute like just wreck everything.
Thing to understand is that sumo is very different to other sports. If Hoshoryu tries out Hakaku's approach to his sumo and it fails, then Hoshoryu will be getting dogged by him about not training hard enough or not focusing.
Now, here's the thing. There's a fair point in there because what we've kind of highlighted is Hoshoryu's getting dogged on no matter what he does.
Yes.
Which is creating a mental stress in him that can't be helping. You know what I mean? Like, if he's overthinking it as it is, and then you're getting criticized when you think too much, and then you're getting criticized when you rely on a certain style. Because the criticism for Takakeisho was that his sumo was too one-sided or one-dimensional to be a Yokozuna. Hoshoryu comes in and displays all range of techniques, and it's too varied to be a Yokozuna. You get rid of the criticisms just by winning. Get the Yusho, and all this goes away.
So I think he's getting fairly equal treatment to Hakaku right now. Hello, Zane.
From Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome. I'd definitely love to hear how you got into sumo, if you wouldn't mind commenting.
If anyone criticizes anything about Hoshoryu's demeanor on the dohyo, I immediately dismiss it.
Yeah, it's like he wears glasses, okay? He's squinting.
A couple weeks ago, I saw some guy on Reddit chatting about how they wish Hoshoryu would kick the bucket so he can't post on Twitter. He's too young to kick it. He's going to be around for another 20 years at least.
Come on. I actually think I think all of it's amusing. If you take any of it too seriously, it's just not worth it. You know, like, it'll wreck your life. But just picture this old guy who's past his glory days as Yokozuna, just typing away, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Hoshiryu might not.
Yeah, I doubt that Ashashiryu ever changed as a person. He just stopped being a Yokozuna.
No, I think he's just older, so he probably can't beat you up as easily, but he hasn't changed one bit.
Ashashiryu can't just try things out because he has to win, unlike in football or other sports. If you try something out and it fails, and you just still have way more plays in a whole season of games.
Absolutely, and that's also why he can't take any time off for injuries. Literally, your job as Yokozuna is just to win. So I think he's got to... Yeah, if I were him, I wouldn't dramatically change anything either. So in some ways, Hakaku's comments like don't help him in any way because, okay, if he tries to focus on a specific type and doesn't do his varied sumo, he might not be the same wrestler, and then he gets into some kind of slump, gives up 5 Kimboshi in a row, and then it's like, see, I told you he sucks. He's just got to fight through it in the style that he's doing, I think. Try not to get hurt anymore. Because the knees are a ticking time bomb.
Here's an actual Banzuke question. So I know if you have that they like doing the east-west balance.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got Kirishima, so there's this extra person on the east. Would that make Fuji Ryoga 17 west? Or would we just have 2 extra people on these? Because I know when there's like 1 Yokozuna, then they'll push somebody over to the west like this.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yokozuna.
We have 2 Yokozuna and then we have 3 Ozeki. So like the third,
it does create an imbalance.
it creates an imbalance. But then the only time there's an odd number is if you go all the way to the bottom.
I don't think they do because I think the East is.
So I'm thinking that it's just like if you're doing imbalance thing, like it's just Sanyaku and above, and we don't care.
I think so.
Okay, I'm leaving it then, unless the comment says otherwise. Maybe Hoshiryu did try something different in the last Basho, but it made him lose, and he can't lose on back-to-back days, so he goes back to his old ways. It makes people so shallow.
What the internet does is it actually dehumanizes everything. So you no longer see anybody as a human that like you would talk to face to face. They just represent a thing to you. Hoshiryu is a wrestler in concept. He's not an actual human being.
There's so many things that could be resolved with just 5 minutes and a drink.
Yeah. Speaking of drinks.
Just drink. Doesn't even need to be a beer. It'd be like a water, an iced tea.
Just hang out.
Just hang out and chat. And by the time that drink is empty, you have an understanding with this person.
You're literally, the internet is yelling at the wall. You know, like somebody who's angry just yelling at the wall.
Yeah.
It's so bad for your mental health.
It sure is.
I will say the internet experiment is a failure. Human beings are not strong enough to deal with it. Monster's tired of the scandal talk. Hey, I was trying to just read Hakaku, hate, great, or meh, but you poo-pooed it, so I don't know what to do now. Maybe we'll just do Banzuke.
Last Banzuke had 2 Yokozuna, 3 Ozeki, 2 Sekiwaki, 2 Kamasubi. It's back in 2020. It had an Ozeki 2 East and an M17 East. Good enough for me.
Monster says he goes to Spiffy on this question.
Yeah. If Spiffy's in the chat.
Yeah. I don't think Spiffy's in our chat. No.
The entirety of the JSA, who is now currently in the chat.
Oh boy!
But please put your comments on how this works.
I'm really glad that basically no one on the internet knows we exist, because some of the opinions that we give, you know, I knew you were gonna ask that, Bob. I have not watched any more Furin because I just keep watching Apothecary Diaries. I just, once I get into an anime, I can't stop. And it's only 2 seasons, so I'm about to finish it, and then I'll have to wait till October anyway. So as soon as I finish it, I'm going to watch Furin. I promise. I don't know, I can't stop myself. Talk about Furin with Bob so I can get the stuff I won't understand out of the way. You're supposed to have a conversation with John about Daima. Don't forget. Because I didn't forget. No, I looked it up.
Thanks everybody for helping me out with that. I think I would have left it, but I know sometimes they do the weird, Ozeki's West, because technically Yokozuna count as Ozeki.
Right, Yokozuna, Ozeki.
And so like I can get some weird things going on.
Yeah, I never bothered to think about the bottom. So
But
it's an interesting question.
I think it only applies up here to the Yokozuna and the Ozeki and maybe the Sanyaku.
Yeah.
But then once you get further down, it's just whatever goes. I've got a lot of people holding. I think everybody who has got a 7 and 8 is holding on this list.
I don't know. Remember what they did last time is only some people held and some people got moved. Yeah. And how are you going to possibly guess that?
Officially drunk for both Daima and the Banzuke now. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah. So like the thing about Fuji Ryoga, he can't go anywhere. He's at the bottom.
Right.
So
we know that he's our placeholder.
He's at the bottom. Basically, everyone else just goes above him. And he's just holding on by the skin of his teeth. Also by the fact that there is physically no way, unless they want to put Deiran Noryu up with an 11 and 4.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No,
I think you're right with the Fuji Ryoga placement. No, Furin is so much better, but maybe I should watch season 2 of
Apothecary Diaries.
So, did you only watch season 1? Because then we can discuss my reasoning for not being able to stop watching it. Without spoilers, just there's a technical reason. Need booze, monkeys, and a dartboard. The JSA way. Pretty much. I'm telling you, I don't know how you figure out what to do with the 7 and 8s. There's some other factor that they consider on who gets to be held and who gets to be moved. We could save Onokatsu.
He's too far down, I think.
Yeah.
He's 1 in 14.
Yeah, come on,
he's like they might, because Fuji Ryoga was new and he's near the bottom and Onokatsu has been kicking around.
I don't think so. I don't know.
But I don't see it.
I think he needs some time in Juryo to get himself straight.
It's real rough. This happened to Roga too, that he was making progress and he got an injury and he just got thrown out unceremoniously. And I mean that's what sumo is, unfortunately.
Right. He'll be back if he plays the role.
I think it's gonna be a springboard. I think Onokatsu's only one was the Oshima hair pull. That's true. I think Onokatsu's gonna go down and get the Juryo Yusho, and then he's just gonna come back. So yeah. I'm not.
I mean, because he's probably one of the better wrestlers who are down.
He was like we were talking about how like he was just. Hang on a minute, Onokatsu, where you at, bro? There you are. He just sat at M6 for 3 tournaments in a row and got 7/8.
Yeah.
Throw that guy in a Juryo.
He should clean up.
He's going to crush heads.
And Wakanosho's not there to battle, so. Oh, I hope Wakanosho is a good tournament. Let's see. Yes, I only watched season 1. So, I want to give this as a no spoiler take. The show is very interesting in that there's always a mystery, and that's actually what I like about it more. I like the solving of mysteries. I like how everything is sort of tied together and they're giving you all these hints. So I accidentally spoiled something for myself in season 2, and I want to get to that reveal. So there's a technical reason why I can't stop watching it. The episodes in and of themselves, like, some of them are like, okay. You know, they're not like, wow, that was the best ever. But the overarching things connected, this little thing means something, has really, really just grasped onto me. And I'm waiting to see the big reveal of something. I hope it lives up to the hype. Had it not been spoiled for me, I probably would have stopped watching by now. Because, like, at least watching obsessively. Because the episodes are like, some are like, okay. But I need to see how this all ties into the bigger picture. And so I'm just watching until I get to the big moment. So you may find yourself when you start season 2 saying, why is she watching this? Like, why is this so great? And then when you get towards, it looks like the end of season 2 is when there's some big reveals that are kind of interesting. So Anyway, that's my spiel. I need to finish it so I can get my reveals, and then I'll go to Furin. The injured won't be saved. It's the way of the committee. Yeah, they don't like to save the injured, that's for sure. Yeah, that's true. The only Onokatsu win was the Oshoma hair pull.
Doskoi Sumo Salon is good.
It is good.
They might have come out with a new episode since I watched them last.
I kind of wish they didn't dub it, though. I'd rather have subtitles.
They do good voice work.
They do.
NHK.
I don't mind, actually, the dubbing or the voice work. It's just more of I love hearing their voices because you don't get to hear sumo wrestlers talk.
It would be nice if there was an option, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing is that there might be an option to find Doskoi Sumo Salon like on regular NHK.
Maybe, but
I don't know how to find that, and like NHK World is curated differently because
right. It's almost like PBS
yeah.
for Japan, so like they want it to be dubbed.
Yeah, so like the whole idea behind NHK World Japan is that everything
is for the foreigner.
Is in English, and it's also how Japanese people can learn English.
True, that's a good point.
And be exposed to it, and it's the sort of the public facing. This is what Japan's like. Look how great we are.
Right. They only pick the best.
So they have a good production quality.
They do. I actually really enjoy most stuff on HK World Japan. Like, they do a good job.
It remains to be like one of the few channels that you can just put it on.
Yeah. If you just want to chill, you put it on the live feed and like everything's good.
Yeah, I put it on randomly because I was like, we wanted to watch something for dinner, but like we were short on time. So like rather than put on like something that would have been like a half hour, I'm just like, we'll just put on NHK and then we'll turn it off when we're done. And then like it was some sort of a documentary about like bowing, and there's like it was a whole like here's a generation of people who like taught etiquette to the shogun 400 years ago, and they've been doing it ever since.
Right.
And it's all about like how you bow and like how you can sit down from a standing position. And like you describe this to somebody, I'm just like, that sounds boring. It's just like we watched the whole thing. We were late for what we wanted to do because we're just like, well, no, we're gonna finish watching this
because they just know how to present it.
It's so good.
Every little thing that they put on there is like, there's a thing called Document 72 Hours. It's my absolute favorite. They just go to a place for 72 hours. It could be a 24-hour diner. It could be a bookstore. It could be a bunch of stairs. And they interview people throughout the time and they get their stories and stuff. Yeah. Love it. My favorite was the goldfish pond where you could just go and catch goldfish.
Oh, it's fun.
That was so good. I love it. Anyway.
Yeah, NHK random tangent.
Yeah, right. Should get some promotion for that. Wakanosho has looked more aggressive in his Oshi since Takakeisho became his Oyakata. I say keep your eye on Takakeisho's wrestlers because I think he's just going to be a standout coach. And I think people really want to work hard for him. So you can't control a lot of elements, but...
Yeah. Wakanosho is going to be the first real
Takakeisho disciple.
Because
Takanosho was like his training partner.
Takanosho was a known quantity. Not that Takanosho wasn't helped, but like Wakanosho, this is his debut in the top division.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where training meets coaching, and we get to see it in real time in May.
It's only been 2 years, right, since he retired.
Yeah, not been long.
So it's like this is nice, quick situation. Unapologetically aggressive Oshi is the best Oshi. Agreed. Wakanosho is a promising Rikishi. I think he could have a bright future. I agree. Will he fulfill his master's goal and become an only Oshi Yokozuna?
I want to see him get 8 wins in the top division first. I know where you're coming from. You've heard me do nonsense like that.
No, I completely agree with you, John. I'm getting way over my head. I can't help myself.
I feel like this is Asanayama going to go back to Ozeki energy.
Yeah, this is fangirling.
I get you. No. I let you doing it. I'm going to give you the runway. I'm just going to be like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, it could happen. But I want to see him plant feet, and then
that's fair.
you want to see the hype train come into the station.
Yeah. You
Like,
don't want it to just zoom in and crash.
so there is that. Like when all these new hot shots come in,
It's always like this.
you're just like, ooh, is this gonna be the next thing? And just like let it come in.
Otherwise, you get a 6 and 9.
Yep, and then you get a Fuji Ryoga. Like this is like the most average thing, and he had the power mullet and everything.
I know.
And
The power mold's supposed to get you 11 wins.
like if you're in the top division with a mullet, like you're supposed to be powerful. I mean, he was powerful, he was good, but he still got a 7 and 8.
Right.
He got exposed.
Right.
Which
you are no Ichinojo, buddy.
Which then you look at him and you're like, now we're gonna learn. It's exciting in a way.
Yes, to watch them learn from the very beginning.
You also like the earlier you get these setbacks, the better you build.
Right. The quicker you can just get that out of the way.
Yeah. This is Onosato's problem. This is Aonishiki's problem. It's no longer
zoomed up.
You're just like, you did too well, guys. You needed a stumbling block.
Unlike Hoshoryu, who like stumbled and stumbled and stumbled and stumbled and got Asashori'd on Twitter for like just breathing.
Yeah, he is forged in iron.
Yeah,
I
don't think he actually cares about any of it.
No way he does.
Not when you have Asashori as an uncle.
Yeah.
Monsters lost by our whims of document 72 hours. Thank you, Tim. Tim loves the show.
What was the first shogun's name?
There's no way I would know that.
Nobunaga Oda.
I know, right? Nobunaga.
Nobunaga. What was the question?
That's the only name I know.
What was the question again? Nobunaga.
The answer to every shogun question is Nobunaga.
On the topic of Oshi, Nabatame is coming back. I heard that.
The hype is real. Like people are excited.
He got mega injured, but now he's on the comeback trail.
Yeah, he's one of the most popular Rikishi just for cooking some food. That's
what's sort of interesting about Nabatame is that he got like YouTube famous and then he got top division famous.
It's usually the other way.
And it's yeah, so it's like usually you get the shine and then you bring it with you, but like he's somebody that people got behind when he was in Makushita.
That's the interesting thing about YouTube.
So I kind of want to see Nabatame get to the top division just to be like, all right, buddy.
Yeah, there'll be tributes to him and everything. Oh,
yeah, people are already hyped. Hello, Army.
Glad you're here.
First, I think Shodai should be moved up to M5. There's little help from Pseudo DP this time, but I do remember it being decisive on Shodai versus Churanaumi. All right. I think actually it can math either way. It's yeah, I'm looking at this. It's so weird because there's multiple 8 and 7s. Like this 8 and 7 down here, Mitakumi's a +2, and that's like.
All right, it's and
then Isamayama's getting an 8. Is 8 and 7 a +3? You look at that, you're like, what?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right, but then you look
at where
it,
else is he gonna go?
Like you put him here, and then Hakunofuji's -2 on a 5 and 10.
Yeah, that's insane. That doesn't make sense.
Also, like down here, like we got Ura as a 5 and 10 with a -3. Tokahate's a -3, 5 and 10. It's so weird seeing these numbers, but like that's where they fit.
That's the part where it's like the curve, right? If everybody in the class gets a C, then that's the new A.
That's what's been happening in the last few tournaments.
Yes, this is like the new precedent. But like you have this nice thing going where Ura, Toki, Hayate, and Tamawashi are all 5 and 10, and they're all -3.
So yeah, from that precedent, you're just like, okay, I guess Hakunofuji's -3 and Asaniyama's a +3.
That's crazy.
It's a bit. But
they
weird. Might
want to give him that since they've wrecked his whole career over nonsense.
I'm looking at this.
Give him a +3.
Yeah. I think Gonoyama is the only person who got a clean promotion. Oh no, Koto Eho got the promotion that your score earned you.
Yeah.
Technically Fuji no Kawa, but that's only because there's literally nowhere else from the go, and same for Takanosho. Like they just got promoted to the ceiling.
Right.
But like almost everyone else are just getting over promoted, and then if you're demoted.
So are there any over demotions?
No.
Interesting.
Shodai the Emotionless King. Captain No Cell.
Captain No Cell. I like it.
My drunk eyes don't like it entirely, though. Honestly, it's still a little tough. There's some of these numbers you look at them and you're just like, is that really what we're doing? And then you start pulling it apart. You're just like, no, I'm just making it worse.
I know. Like the more you try to break it down, you could collapse this whole thing.
laptop has to do updates. Oh, the dreaded update. I tried to just get that out of the way.
I know, as soon as it asks.
So,
Before you start doing anything good.
Sometimes it just decides for you, and that's horrible.
I know. You don't ever want to get caught when they decide for you.
No one's over demoted. Almost everybody is under demoted.
So, what about Asakoryu with a +6 on a 9 and 6?
Well, here's the thing. If you put him down, then Chiyoshima gets a +8.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
This is a problem. Like, and if you try to move Oshona any higher, he holds rank with a 6 and 9.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So, like, this is where you look at this. You're just like, why are you getting a +6?
I don't even like that he gets only a -1. Ugh, some of this is really ugly. I understand Monster's issue.
Have Chernomi above Asakoryu. That one is probably more debatable, though.
Let's see what it does.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I feel like a +6 and a 9 and 6 is just...
It feels weird.
Crazy. Especially if you have Fuji Seiyun with a +6 with a 10 and 5.
Yeah.
Like, give it at least a little bump down.
Oh, Nishiki Fuji's got a +6 with a 9 and 6, too.
Anything you can do with him?
Does Abi get a -3 and a
No,
11?
Oh, man, I don't know.
I heard it's extremely unlikely when Osato fights. He told one of the Sumo Association members the pain is still unbearable at times.
That
I think he pulled out of the
Jungyo?
The Jungyo, yeah.
This is
Spring
insane.
tour.
How can this happen again?
Let him just
No, like this whole thing.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Just give him his surgery.
Yeah, get him a surgery. Just let him stay out. Like, forget these games we play where we don't let wrestlers heal properly. If his shoulder's that bad, he needs surgery. And if he can't come back, he can't come back. He can't fight like this. What a shame. And it's just going to put more pressure on Hoshiryu.
Well, he's got 3 Ozeki to hang out with now.
Yeah, Aonishiki's eventually going to get himself up there.
Yeah, so the Ozeki situation will probably be the talk of May.
Yes.
More than the Yokozuna.
Yeah, like finally the Yokozuna will not be as big of a topic.
So I think I'm looking at that because it's going to be Kirishima's the Rishin.
Mm-hmm.
Shin again.
I don't know.
And then Aonishiki is now his Kadoban. So everybody's going to be looking at him and be like, you better get 8 wins this time.
I am really torn as to what's going to happen with Aonishiki because even though what happened to him last time is totally expected, or I'll say it's not out of the realm of possibility. Now he's Kadoban. Will the pressure be too great for him, or will he just rise to the occasion, come back with another 11-4, and then we're good?
He needs this.
He needs it.
And it's so perfect that he's getting this out of the way.
Right.
Because either he's going to, now he's going to look deep, and either he's going to be like, oh, this is what I need. And then he's going to have it. And then anytime he's in this situation for the rest of his career, he's going to be able to look back to March versus May and know what he needed to do to get there.
Yeah.
He's that kind of wrestler. Like, he just internalizes it at a speed that's stupid fast.
Right. That's how he's able to do what he's done so far.
So, best get this out of the way before your Yokozuna.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to have to worry about Onosato. We know that.
Yeah. So, he'll get 8 wins.
Yeah, he'll get his 8 wins. The question is, will he actually instead be very dominant? Like, will he have the tournament in May that we thought he would have in March? It's
quite possible. Like, again, this is where he gets to prove how he adapts.
Right. This is the first time he's ever really had pressure. Because first he had the pressure of the Yokozuna run. It fails, and then he goes Kadoban. Now the rank he just got is on the line, so it's just back against the wall.
I love it. I think he's gonna grow from this.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna consume this, and then it will be a part of him, and then it can never be used against him again.
Right, because he overcame it. I'm looking forward to it.
So this is how I'm choosing to interpret what happened.
I like it. I want to think positively
it is.
for him.
I think again, and then when he is Yokozuna, like he'll have these moments,
Right.
and then he'll be like, "What did I do last time? Oh, right,
I got through this.
I got through this.
I got through Kataban.
So
I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, this is why this is the stuff why I'm concerned for Onosato, because he never had this.
Right. He rose all the way to the top.
Rose all the way up,
and then he gets hurt.
Like I think this is his first losing record
in his
ever
life.
So it's bad. I don't know if Onosato competing is because of his coach or his own decision, but it's embarrassing to watch. It is rough.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand the decision. Like, I think they should have had him get a surgery right away.
Uh-huh.
Just get the surgery.
Yeah.
Because you're going to miss all these bouts playing games. You're going to show up and disappoint everybody. Just get the surgery and say he'll be back in 6 months.
They want the Yokozuna to do the ring entering ceremony. They want to be like, the Yokozuna's in this tournament. That means it's a better tournament.
It's really tough when you want to choose to market the same guys who you're asking to go out there
and kill themselves.
Exactly. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, have them come out and do the ring entering ceremony only. I don't know.
No.
It's just, this is not going to work. Yep. This is a war of attrition here.
Same reason I'm sure you did on Tournament Meniscus, because the pressure of the rank by people like Hakaku.
I don't know how they used to do it in the past. Maybe that's why they all got drunk. Perhaps that's the
potentially. Secret. Oh, that was definitely alcohol was used as pain relief.
Yeah.
If Onosato immediately got the surgery to fix the issue, you'd probably be back in full force.
That's what I just said.
Yep.
Like, that's what should have happened.
Okay. Asahaku has better math. He maths higher than Fuji and Asanayama.
Well, if you could put Asanayama over there, yeah, that makes me feel a little more comfortable.
Maybe like that.
Yeah, just
default today. So much is correct. I saw Terunofuji and Hakuho and Kakuri miss so many basho. I do not believe one bit that Hakaku's word meets with anything regarding that. That was a different era, though.
Well, it was, but I think we're still in that era, unfortunately. Like, you set the precedent. We've been talking about precedents today.
Yeah.
When you let Kisa and Osato be out for a whole year.
They finally got their golden child.
Right, so they gave him as much time as he needed.
All the slack.
He didn't get the surgery, so it was a failure. Like, I can't believe we're doing the same thing again. Meanwhile, Hakuho took full advantage of that. Yep. Then Kakadu, and then Terunofuji's like, oh, this is what we do?
And it took also the problems that when Kakadu and Hakuho were Yokozuna, nobody was even close.
Yeah, there was no shot that anyone was
no one, like, we had struggling Ozekis, and then Takakeisho just, for one reason or another, could not put two tournaments together. And so they were like, we need a Yokozuna. If you guys leave, we've got nothing, and nobody's ready. Right. And then when Terunofuji comes up,
they're like, you're the only guy.
Then it's just like, you got to just do whatever you do.
Show up when you can show up.
Show up when you can show up. And then that was the precedent. And now we've got younger, healthier Yokozuna.
So in theory, they were supposed to, like, just fight on for 10 years, and that has not worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Monster's grumpy because we did the scandal stuff at the start.
I can't make him happy because I wanted to do something different, and then he's the one who brought up the scandal thing.
Let's get it out of the way.
You're just drinking too much.
All those you listed already have many Yusha victories under their belt, except for Kisano Sato. Kitanomi had torn ligaments in his knee. He would ride his bike a lot to strengthen his legs without wearing on his tendons, then fought for 7 more years at elite level.
Right. The guys of the past did it. I mean, they fought through everything. I don't know.
Yeah, money is also a big factor. Also, that's why Tsurugisho waited until the Banzuke came out to retire.
Right.
Because then once his name's on the Banzuke, then they're paying him for
being that rank. And you get to keep your final Banzuke listing.
Yep, then you get your final Banzuke when you retired. Yeah, because like when Tsurugisu, he was like 0 and 15, and they get completely dumped out. And it's like, you're gone, and they talk to him, be like, oh, maybe I'm
gonna come back.
And I'm like, oh,
will you stop lying to us?
This is the game that the media circus does.
I know. You know what I've realized about the media in general? It's actually just a vehicle for gossip.
It's a hype machine.
all news is just gossip. Like, there's some stuff that happens in there, but, like, maybe we don't need to hear every single little thing that has ever happened. It's not good for our brains. You know? Like, maybe leave some of it out. Anyway.
Yeah, well, that's also when there's nothing going on in between the tournaments, you gotta fill it.
Right, but that's only because it's, like, somebody's job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, if journalism was just, like, a part-time gig, you could have a break.
Yeah. Well, then people are like, oh, I hear about this and that, and
it's like, I don't get back to me when you have something important to say.
Some of the Jungyo news and the training news, a lot of it is just so see-through fake.
Right, you're like, you just made that up.
It's also sort of just like, oh, this guy's doing really well in training. You're like,
so
okay.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, like it's like tell me when Hoshoryu is just putting his feet up 3 days before the tournament. He's just like, nah, I'm gonna skip it.
Right.
That's news.
Right. The news is something actually happening.
I know. Hoshoryu's doing really well in training. Well, I hope he should be.
Or, you know, if you have the news of Hoshoryu broke his arm in training. Okay, well, you can give me that news. I hope not to.
Yeah, that's news. That's news. It's like, yeah. And it's like, oh, these people went over. You know, there was a, they went over to their friends and they trained a whole bunch. I'm just like, oh, nice, a play date.
Right, exactly. Okay. Kirishima and Hoshoryu were skipping through the flowers the other day.
I know. It's like perfect. They need to do that.
Yes, yeah. they need to like be friends again until they hurt each other.
I think my favorite part is that like they'll be like, oh, you know, Kirishima and Takayasu went back and forth. It was like 8-3 to Kirishima, and then they go and they interviewed Kirishima and just like, I did well, but really I should be working on some more stuff. And then they go over to Takayasu and just like, I think I did really well.
I know, right?
like the loser gives the victory speech, and
then
the winner gives the loser speech.
Well, part of that I think is that Kirishima probably looks at Takayasu as like the standard.
Yeah. I pick names at random, right, by the way, but
like in those types of situations, right? It's like Kirishima right now probably has quite a bit of pressure on him because he's been down this path before.
Oh, yeah.
And it has not gone so well. So he's probably going to be real hard on himself until we see results.
Where did we leave off? Money is a big factor for showing up too.
And then
cash prizes.
Yeah, but you're not going to get those cash prizes if you can't even move your arm.
You get a showing up. You get a Ama-Yokozuna bonus.
That's true.
I mean, you can get that anyway, but then the cash envelopes, you got to win those.
Here we go. Monster. All I said was that I'd rather just hear your thoughts over doing a hate or great game. I didn't really want to talk about it. Well, you know what? You got to get out of your mood. We're going to have fun. Like, bring up a topic you want to talk about.
Yeah. Lots of painkillers as well. Yeah,
that's true.
They go through painkillers.
I mean, you see that in, you know, WWF. Like, a lot of those dudes, they die by the time they're 45 because of all the painkillers.
You're being very base this stream.
Oh, thank you. I think that's a compliment.
No fan club parties for Hakuho where alcohol is served.
They need to just ban alcohol for Hakuho.
It's
at least now. I mean, how old is he? 23? He just barely became of age, and you're taking him out to drink with grizzled veterans?
What you do is
switch his drink after a while? Give him some
like,
Shirley Temples?
This is what you do with your friends.
Right. Like have you no tricks for dealing with people like this? Come on.
Oh, you let them go out. You let them have their drinks. And then you keep an eye on him. You're just like he gets a little slurred. He gets a little goofy. You look at him. You're just like,
you look at his attendant and you go,
yeah. You go to attendant
between the two of them.
You go to attendant. He's just like, he gets one more.
Yeah.
And then the bar's closed.
Yeah.
It.
Be like, here, I got him a special drink and it's Sprite. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If he's that drunk, he won't notice.
Dude, yeah. If you're drunk enough.
Yeah. You don't even know what you're drinking after a while.
I've been an issue anyway to bring Monster back with some Daima talk.
Okay, it is your job.
Also drink in house.
Yeah, your job is to do some.
Yeah,
Daima
so
talk.
I did finish Daima. I did finish it not like right after the last guest of Banzuke, but was
Pretty
near
close.
I was like halfway through it or close to the end. Time is a weird thing. There's a lot of weird about, like, it is old school weird,
right? But then it's its own kind of
it is
weird.
its own brand of weird. So one of the things that throws me off is how much money that show had.
Right?
There, like, stuff was gorgeous, and then like the fight scenes, you're looking at them, and you're just like, oh no, they full shaded this.
Right.
There's a fight scene,
and you're like, wait a minute, we didn't get this kind of like graphics back in the day, and when the show was awesome. Yeah. So like you put all this money into this very silly show.
A silly show. It was. I think the weirdest part for me is that they were definitely harkening back to some of the old Dragon Ball weirdness, and there were a couple of Dragon Ball specific references.
Yes.
Some more obvious than others. I think the old Namekian was humming the Dragon Ball opening show tune at one point.
Yes.
And so like they do stuff like that, and I'm like, okay.
Right, like that's the kind of thing that you want to see in something like this.
You do.
You want to be reminded of the good old
like
days.
so, like the type of stuff they were up to, like the nature of the enemy and stuff.
A little bit of the perversion stuff was back, or like the silly like potty humor.
So what? That's the part that's kind of weird, because like when like 8-year-old Goku's doing this stuff, you're just like,
he's 8.
He's 8. It's cute. He's a kid.
It's like Goku may be in a kid body in this show, but he's an adult.
Multiple times they're establishing the fact that everybody is an adult in a kid's body. And so like you look at Vegeta, you look at Piccolo, you look at Supreme Kai, they're all just the same people with kid bodies, and then it sort of messes with their balance and the way that they perceive things a little bit. Bulma, kid. And so Goku doing all the stuff he did when he was 8 while being a grown-ass man, that was weird.
They call there's a thing that's going on that the word is hard for me to say, the infantizing of certain characters. Like you see it with like Homer Simpson. The Homer Simpson that started in The Simpsons is very different than the Homer Simpson that exists now.
Yeah, well, it's
like he just slowly gets stupider and stupider and actually crueler and meaner. The same thing is going on with Goku. Like Goku has like no sense of loyalty or care for his family or anything. He's just like becomes more and more like an infant. And Daima was like the perfect manifestation of that, where it's like, we're just gonna make him a kid because he's basically just de-aged, I guess. It's a weird choice. It's a weird choice. But Goku was never my favorite, so I don't really care as much. Like Vegeta was always my favorite. Still say I wasn't the hugest fan of that whole Vegeta Bulma thing. I mean, you're making him a simp all of a sudden. Like, I don't know, man.
It was, well...
I'm okay with you, like, doing anything for your wife, but at the same time, you're making him look kind of... I don't know.
There was some goofiness at that whole ending sequence. A lot of it was... Well, it was cool. They now have... They did have Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
In the main line, which was fun.
Yeah, I heard they're gonna have Super Saiyan 5 coming. Why don't we just skip to Super Saiyan Infinity? I mean, come on.
That'll be later.
I'm just gonna pop in my old DVDs and just relive the good old days. I mean, I'll always consume Dragon Ball content, but sometimes it's just weird.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time on the whimsy in Daima, and
some of the whimsy was fun though.
I didn't mind it, and I was just like, they also they kept getting their. Hey,
hello, friend.
Yeah, we should read the chat.
Yeah, especially since our buddy just popped in.
All right. Oh man. Yeah, more worried when alcohol is involved in Rikishi than cars. Swap the car and the alcohol and ban alcohol.
I don't know. I think banning the
drive.
cars is a good idea too, honestly.
Toge Hayate versus Tamawashi versus Shishi. That's the list. Teru handling him with a bad public behavior that really embarrasses Teru as a brand new master.
Oh, I guarantee the embarrassment had a large part to play.
Daima reminded me so much of the original Dragon Ball with the modern money stuff.
There were parts of it where definitely you could enjoy the juxtaposition of the two.
A friend of mine who's a big DBZ fan mentioned that they're going to do a sort of a remastering of Dragon Ball Super.
Yes,
that
that's
it's going to go from like they're just going to condense the whole thing down to like 40 episodes, and they're going to cut out a lot of the crap. Now I've not seen Super.
I have seen Super.
I've seen Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F, which I think is like the first 40 to 50 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's the back half.
I'm so torn on this. Like, Super had great potential, and they blew it in certain areas. And it's just like, it actually makes you appreciate Z so much more, because for as much as the stuff was drawn out, things were done properly. You get to Super and they draw it out, and then they do stuff that you're like, that could have been so much better. You dropped the ball in a part, like, you created this moment that would have been awesome, and then you just dropped the ball because you don't care anymore. Ugh. That's my issue with modern storytelling, period, but I'm a snob, so whatever.
There's a hope that the Super will increase the highs and get rid of the lows. But, I think it's going to be a couple of years until I come out with it, I think. I'll get to watch it, though.
Right.
They're fine with the order of Toke Hayate, Tamawashi, and Shishi. You guys are good at mine. Kodo should be at M13, wins tiebreaker. The Mita at 14.
Bob is finally like starting to get his mind going on this.
Koto Aho should be at 13. And then Mita at 14, East, and then Roga. Okay. Like this. Sure.
Okay. I like the plus 1.5 a lot better.
Wakanosha should also go above Roga.
What's the rule for that?
Roga's already a -4. I don't know about that one.
Let's
I'm
pause
the two, but I have
on that
Shishi
one.
up for myself for now. It's traditional tiebreakers, man, but Shishi only got on 1 is ugly. That's why Goku got hit with a bottle. He more accurately represents the greater population when talking about Goku.
Well, we might say that Goku is a representation of the internet culture. There's a lot of people who are actually smarter before the internet was created.
Some of that.
Maybe it's actually a deeper message than we realize.
Also, hello, Pete.
Yes, hello, Pete.
Oh, shit, I didn't see that mantra. Yeah, I agree that Shishi goes ahead. Goku grew out of his stupidity over time and then somehow grew back into it.
That's probably the most frustrating part of it.
Vegeta gets the short end of the stick like always.
Don't get me started on that.
I did not watch GT.
I didn't watch GT either. I've seen clips of it, but I'm like, ugh. It's just so it's weirder than Daima in its own way.
Vegeta is always whipped by Bulma. Let's be real, that's the whole joke. The powerful evil space prince gets whipped by his wife so easy.
Yeah, but they don't have to go that hard on it.
I look at it that Vegeta sort of just got domesticated.
Pretty much. Which is the age-old story. And I'm fine with that, but like they're getting a little bit too like, I don't know. I don't even have the words for that whole you won't take a bath with me. Like, just stop.
I don't really care for filler unless the show where the characters are so good I can watch them do anything, like Fairy Tail.
I have mixed feelings because, I'm not a huge fan of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood compared to Full Metal Alchemist, the first one, because if you just fly through things like plot, and you don't have like these episodes that get you a little warmed up to the characters, that's a problem too, in my opinion. I don't like big, long stretches of filler, but you gotta have some lighthearted moments, or you can't get to know the characters. You're just watching the plot. Like, they really messed up Hughes. They really, really messed up Hughes in Brotherhood.
There are fundamental problems with Super's world building. That's why basically all gets ignored in Daima. What was Dice?
Oh, yeah.
Daima, in a way, was just a very pretty filler arc.
Yes, I think that's a good way. It was almost like Garlic Jr.
It was a lot of the pieces are really nice because it explored basically an entire realm of Dragon Ball lore that was never addressed, and
that part was my favorite part,
and never will be. There's no reason to go to the demon realm.
No,
and the Demon King was like a side note in the Boo Saga just to explain why we have weird Majin stuff going on.
Right, but it's like it actually did open up this whole thing of
And
like he came from somewhere.
He came from somewhere, yeah. And then basically, like after the Boo Saga, first off, Dragon Ball Z is done, so there's no real time to get into world building anyway. And then when Super goes out, like they're just on a whole different ramp to the point that anything in the Demon world is just trivial.
But see, I guess part of my problem with it in that sense is that it would have been nice actually to have a little bit more serious dive into it versus the slapstick.
I think like this is like as good as it's gonna get.
Yes.
And so,
especially with Akira Toriyama dying.
Well, there's that, but
I mean, it's never gonna be the same now because you can only have the interpretation of what he would have done.
It was fun to sort of get this world building, and like it's perfect because it's like none of this stuff in the Demon world like you need,
right?
But it's fun to learn, and it does tie back to,
right, and it gets you thinking about the past.
It gets you thinking about all this stuff, and then they're able to like pull up DBZ lore. Then you have the big bad guy literally watching Dragon Ball Z on his throne in the TV.
I loved that.
Like that's the kind of stuff that Diamond did really well.
Yes,
that was the stuff that was fun.
There was like high points of like I am really enjoying this, and then there was like this is a little
and things
weird.
Got a little weird. But if like a lot of it is just like if you embrace the weird, that it's fine. Synapses are finally firing for the Banzuke. Fujiseun got bumped up a lot last time. Makes me think they'll do the same with Wakanosha since Oroga isn't getting a full demotion.
Something to think about.
I'll be monitoring Yasuhiro Omori, some prodigy and the guy who wants to be the Wolf 2.0. Omori was I think, is he going into Jurio?
Is he already going to Jurio?
Or is he sort of in people's radars now? They've been too inconsistent with Jurio guys. I just had the other guys get normal promotions this time and didn't think about demoting the Jurio guys more.
So you finally given up on punishing the Jurio guys?
Very rarely have read the word sumo prodigy around someone, ready to see what he can do. That's actually a phrase that's getting thrown around a lot more these days.
I know, right?
Built like the wolf. He needs to keep adding weight.
I think everybody's waiting for the next wolf.
Well,
I thought it was going to be Chiono Kuni, but
Terunofuji though, man, he is a.
I know. You're never.
He's a legend for a reason.
Never gonna.
Roga goes below Rakanosha. That's another. There's more people. More than one person saying it. Fine.
Yeah, they really believe that.
All right. I've been overruled. I don't care enough to let it happen. One person I'm skeptical, but if multiple people are in on it, then they know something I don't. I'm just doing it. Difficult to keep track of the new guys until you get to Makushita, unless it's someone who keeps winning lower division new show.
Yeah, because you can't even see the match.
College champs who's the Onosato route. Happy that Toriyama left off on a better note than Super. It would have sucked if I hate Daima. I suppose.
I mean, didn't he start Daima and then he passed away?
Right. So Omori is somebody who's joining.
Okay. I know there's a British kid or something.
He's doing the fast track.
Okay.
Which these days I think is Makushita 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't find him in. So he's the he may show up in Jurio in July kind of a deal.
Okay. If he does what he needs to do.
Yeah.
He's been fighting for school, I believe. I think that's the route he went. Coming from college, I believe, just starting as a pro. YouTube channel Sumo Files is a video on him.
Really liked Hibis and the Saba Majins. They were some of my favorite parts. Yeah. The evil scientist that they retconned to being in Z.
Yeah, I know. I'm
fine with it.
They were having fun.
That's what I liked about Diamond. They're just like we're not going to do anything crazy here.
Right. We got a self-contained story.
Yeah. Something
we want to kind of mess around with. I wish they did actually just make Goku a kid instead of an adult in a kid's body. That would have made more sense. I
kind of wish they went that way with everybody.
Yes. They should have went that route. Like, just make everybody kids. It would have been funnier.
It's like, or don't do the weird potty humor with Goku.
Yeah, the potty humor, I was like,
if he was a kid and they were like, I'm going to go poop. I'm just like, fine. You're 8 years old again. Go poop.
Right. Like, if you were shrunk into a kid's body, I don't think you'd be like, yay, I get to be a kid again. You'd probably be like super stressed and like oh man, I can't fight the way I want to fight.
Yeah. They were learning about that stuff.
They were, but they were just, it didn't make any sense that he was acting like a kid when he's an adult. I mean, you've died how many times?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was
like, come on, haven't you learned anything? I just don't, I don't believe it.
They had him do a lot of that stuff to be the reference. Is everyone ready? I feel Chaos Boss show.
I think it's going to be a Chaos Boss show. Unless Aonishiki just sort of says, I'm done. I'm here. I'm taking control again. And then him and Hoshiryu battle it out. Because unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing Onosato. I'm very sad about this. I wanted Onosato to heal.
If he sits out May, then
we'll see.
Better than him going 0-4 and losing.
They're not going to kick him out. They should just push the envelope and get the surgery. They're not going to kick him out. They've already set the precedent that they won't.
Can you imagine if his shoulder never gets fixed, and then
that's what I'm worried about.
And then
that's what happened to Kisanosato.
Then you go to Shonoseko, just like ruining your own career wasn't bad enough, was it?
Yeah, now you had to ruin your prodigies as well. People counting Aonishiki out too quick. I completely agree. Like, what happened was some people perhaps got overhyped on him and thought he's never going to lose. It's never, ever going to happen. And then when he started to lose, instead of saying, well, this is a natural thing to happen, eventually he's going to have some sort of faltering. It's, oh, he stinks. Let's move on. Who's the next guy? And I predicted that would happen as well.
It's so tragic.
A lot of people are saying he's been figured out. He's not big enough. We have our rule. 2 tournaments. I will not say any of those things until I see at least 2 tournaments to make some sort of decision.
Even if he screws up again in May, he can just get 10 wins in July and be back to Ozeki.
Exactly. We think he can't win. He went his whole career going 11-4. We think he can't come back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now there's speculation about broken toes and all this. I mean, that might make things a lot tougher. This comment makes me kind of laugh because I don't know if you meant it the way it's come out, but Brokeback Abbey will be prepared to hank at everyone. I don't know. I'm worried about him.
He's beat up.
Damaged disc doesn't just heal.
He is beat up.
Who's going to be left to fight after a while? These guys are getting tore apart.
Yeah. Well, what we need frickin' Juryo to
send some guys up.
I think this might be the weirdest part of it.
Where are our Juryo guys? Who do we have?
We have two people. We have Ryuden, who's coming back again.
And he's eventually not going to be able to come back.
He might. I'm wondering if this is the tournament that he just gets thrown out. Like there was that Chiyomaru sequence that like he'd show back up and be like, "Oh, nice seeing you again." And he's 5-10. It's like goodbye.
Yeah, eventually Ryuden is just going to get kicked out, and they're going to lock the door.
I'm wondering if this is the start of that. Like he's going to show up, he's going to have a few good matches, and then he's going to be 6-9.
He really is like a cat, though. He has 9 lives.
Well, if he pops his 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th win, maybe he'll get a 9-6. He'll stick around for another 6 months. Well, no. It was Ryuden and it was Wakanosho, and that was it.
Yeah,
because Juryo.
We're starting to feel those low recruitment numbers.
Yeah, Sada Naomi 7-8.
He's near retirement.
Asa Shiryu and Tomokaze 6-9.
No shot of Tomokaze
Dice
ever.
Seizon gets an 8-7. Misses his shot at it. Wakano shows up. Terunofuji 8-7.
What has happened to this man? What a disaster.
So like we have 2 people above 8-7 in the top 5 of Juryo. The top 6 of Juryo.
And we know Kaio is not gonna be the guy.
No.
We know Shirakuma's not gonna be the guy.
No, not this
We know Kita Nowaka, Meisei, Shonana Umi, none of these guys. Thomas Shoho, Hatsuyama, no.
Yeah. So we have to go down to Dewa Noryu and Hatsuyama. if we want double-digit wins in Juryo.
Well,
and
it's good to see the Hatsuyama's bouncing back.
It is good to see this.
But we still don't know if he's top division material.
They threw him out as hard as they could throw someone.
They have the door locked right now. They're like, you will wait.
So he's gonna rebuild it back up. So, yeah, that's what Juryo's looking like right now. There was that influx of people just shooting through Juryo, and now Juryo's sort of back down to being a normal place.
A place where like the retired
people
guys.
people who are second division material are in there.
Right.
I hear Koto has been doing well in practice. I believe he went ahead of Hoshoryu in practice. The two past injured Ozeki are making the moves, coming back strong, Koto and Kiri. That Daiseisan guy, I don't know. He could be one of those long-time Juryo guys, a lifer that makes an occasional appearance like Mitoru. Yeah, it's so... Right now, yeah, Juryo is on nap. And, well, it's good news for some of the people up here. I can just look at this. Like, if there was anyone else who was good, Fujiryoga would be down.
Tobizaru would have been out too.
So Tobizaru and Osho Umi math to right here. But if somebody did really, really well, they might have kicked him out.
Exactly. But they have no fear of that right now.
Yeah, so they're fine. Maybe good news for some of these people down here.
Roga's getting a break.
Yeah, Roga gets a break. Tobizaru, like if he gets a 6 and 9 from here, he's gonna need some help.
I'm pretty sure Tobizaru is.
He's probably done. Yeah,
he's probably done.
He's probably done.
Our last tournament with him.
They keep expecting Daiseisan to break out, and he just doesn't. That's unfortunate.
He is starting to feel like a lifer. Like I feel that. I feel that vibe. We'll see. But he isn't showing anything that's like, no, he's getting there. He'll be there. Watch it all be totally different when we hit May. That's why it's going to be the Chaos Spa show.
Well, if it's chaos.
May's usually a pretty stable one. But I don't know, with the way things are going, with the injuries and stuff, anything is possible.
All right, let's look at this.
Do a quick look and see.
Hoshoryu, yep. Onosato, yes. Kotozakura, Oniski, Kirishima. Easy peasy. Tommy Fuji was the only person in Kamasubi to get a winning record.
Wow.
And then Kirishima was in Sekiwaki, and now he's in Ozeki.
That's crazy.
So Tommy Fuji basically defaults to Sekiwaki 1. And then
the only question up top is, do Koto Shoho and Takayasu swap?
That is the question. So
I just don't see it, though.
Koto Shoho is at M5.
Right, and he's never been in Sanyaku.
Yeah.
So I just don't see them just putting him up to Sekiwake.
I see him overtaking Wakataka Kage. I do not see him overtaking Takayasu.
Yeah, I don't. I agree with that.
They love the Takayasu hold.
They sure do. Hey, he's earned it.
By all means, I want them to keep doing it.
Right?
I want them to keep him in Sanyaku as long as we can. Get away with this.
I know. I don't think we're getting any more Ozeki runs, but if we can keep him up in Sekiwake, we'll take it.
Actually, yeah, there's nobody on an Ozeki run. Well, we just had somebody on an Ozeki run, so yeah, that's
as you're looking at this, there's no chance of anybody at this point rising up to the top.
We just had it, so now it's sort of like it's an empty spot.
We're waiting for the next guy.
What was it? Tommy Fuji. Mega Shear 4.
Nah, probably not.
A little too low. And then Koto Shoho is down at M5 with an 11 and 4. It's not getting you anything.
Right. This would be the start of his
It's a
Ozeki
start.
run if he could pull something off.
Wakataka Kage, Koto Shoho, and Takayasu are a debatable trio. Also, one guarantee for this Basho is that Ura will be smiling.
At least we have that. Ura,
you can
don't be going 5 and 10 again though.
For the Sanyaku, you can make a lot of arguments for a lot of people being in these places. Like Wakataka Kage could be over here, or Koto Shoho could be over there. It's Big Poppy gets all the breaks and rankings, but he's earned it. He sure has. So Fujinokawa, easy slot in. Takanosho, easy slot in. They liked putting Yoshinofuji above Ichi Yamamoto. It's assigned to me. These 3 people have nowhere to go, so they just hold rank.
To hold.
They basically have to hold. So Wakamoto Haru does get sort of a lenient break, I think, because if you put him any lower, then you're going to even further over promote. Like maybe you go like this, but
I could see that actually.
That might be an adjustment just to push Wakamoto Haru just a little bit further down. Because the thing is that
because Shodai is not getting any further.
No, not 8 and 7. He's already over promoted, but there's nowhere else to put him. The transition from falling out of Sanyaku will typically sort of take a few rungs off of it.
True.
Historically. So it's
a 3 and 12 is pretty bad.
3 and 12 is pretty bad. I mean, but like you're looking at this, it's like you're not gonna fall 9 rungs like you would normally.
No.
So M5 is pretty okay. Will the climb the Iron Man continue or a bounce back? Where is he? He
was
M12,
a 5 and 10 at Maegashira 9.
Veteran stuff. I'm not.
Yeah, we've seen him have a collapse before and come right back. So it's hard to say anything about Tamawashi until you see. I am getting a little bit nervous just because the passage of time, eventually he can't bounce back. But I'm not willing to say it's now until we see him in May.
If he doesn't do well at M12, then that's a problem. Now he has done this before, that he's sunken down and then figured it back out. So for now, it's everything as expected. I think even if he gets another 5 and 10, he's still in the top division. So
yeah, he's still got some room.
So like he could do a 6 and 9, 5 and 10, and he's still here. That's when we worry, though.
Right. We don't want to see another 5 and 10.
It's already down just debatables, but it feels like we haven't discussed much. Yeah, a lot of stuff I just sort of threw in and slotted in, and he looked at it and we're like, it's a mess.
Right. Like,
but then we tried to move things around. It was a worse mess.
Yeah, it's a pretty big mess. I mean,
yeah. So we're just
7.5 on a 10 and 5.
Yeah.
Plus 7 on a 10.
There's nowhere like if you put them down here, and then you have these people who are already under demoted who just get.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's bonkers. So I'm gonna give Goniyama a little bump up here and put Wakamoto down here. Shodai is already way too high up, but there's nothing we can do about it. Chernoumi is getting a bit of a break.
We've seen that before.
Yeah, and there's nowhere for him to go. Asakoryu is sort of like, well, he has to go somewhere, and he just pole vaults over all these people. Then Chiyoshima also doing really well for himself.
The question is, you could move Fujiseun and Asakoryu.
This needs to happen.
Yeah, that's better.
Well, they had the same score. Fujiseun should have a higher rank. Yeah, because he's M12 with the 9 and 6, so he should be higher than Fujiseun. Fujiseun has a 10 and 5, should be higher than that. And then Asahakuryu is a 10 and 5, so you're higher than both of these. And then Oshoma's just like, well, if I go any higher, I don't move.
Right.
At 6 and 9.
Good night, Army. Thank you for stopping by. I think, Monster, you need to be very clear as to how you want to do the comments game. Write it down in the chat so I know how I'm supposed to put this together next time. Because I'm just confused.
Yeah, Oshoma, like, he can't go any further without bringing somebody up. Nishiki Fuji's getting a huge bump. Him a little lower down here, I think, makes sense. Sanayama, it's a little bit better at the 2.5.
Yeah, that -1 is killing me. I'm like, is there?
He can't.
I know. I'm looking at it. It just doesn't look like there's anywhere else for him to go.
Like, we can make Asahaku get a +8.
No.
Like, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
It's like we can. It looks bad, but we have to make something worse to fix it.
I know. This is uncomfortable.
This is. They've been doing this. I feel like at least this particular iteration, there are a couple of them that you look at them and it's like, that can't be right.
Right.
So like what's going on with Chernoumi? You're looking at this, and you're just like 4 and 11, but a 3.5. You're just like, I guess.
They've set precedents
Yeah,
like this
it's like
recently.
you have to soften the blow, and also if somebody's getting demoted out of the top 5, a little bit more lenient, because like, well, you sort of got beat up by Yokozuna. We're not going to be too rough on you.
Right. And we need to
But-
get you away from them because you
Yeah.
can't handle it.
But then you look at this M7, 6 and 9, just like you need to go down, but we'll go where? This ain't literally nowhere. So Abi's also getting a little bit more of a lenient fall because there's nowhere to put him.
Honestly, doing the comments game on other people's comments on Hakaku isn't a bad idea either. It's just not what I meant when I suggested the idea. Well, we'll have fun in the second week. We'll do we'll do some more of it. Bob, you missed nothing. Just us going through each individual guy,
We're
saying how it just looks weird.
we're trickling down. We're trying to find any smaller errors. Do we put? Oh, it looks weird.
Yeah,
that
I
looks
don't like
weird.
it.
I can't do it.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
I like keeping it as low as possible for Asanoyama.
Hakuho down there somehow, but again, like all these 5 and 10s are just down by 3.
Right, at least it all matches.
Yeah, I mean, then Roga gets a 4.5, but he's sort of getting pushed out by all these people winning around him. And again, a 4.5 is still not a full 5 rank.
Could you run the math for Asakura, Fujiseun, and Chiyoshoma?
These 3. So they're all getting over promoted because there's nowhere for them to go.
But at least Fujiseun and Chiyoshoma have like the same.
Yeah. Fujiseun and Chiyoshoma are both 10 and 5. Fujiseun is higher than Chiyoshoma on the rankings chart, so we preserve that.
Oh no! Remember, Kitty's promotion means almost everyone is a half rank lower, so start over from scratch.
Interesting.
Oh, that might explain some things.
Oh, half rank lower because theoretically, yeah, there was a
void.
Because you're backfilling in.
Right. Asakura too high. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, but where's he gonna go?
Do we put him underneath? Like, do we go like this? But then Fujiseun has a plus. Do these guys have a +7?
Right.
I mean, it's a 4.5. Maybe it's a little better.
The 4.5 is definitely better for Asakura, but the +7 seems just insane.
Let's see what they say.
Yeah, come on, give us some thoughts.
There's the delay on YouTube. They've got to look at it. All right, so
now we're talking, monster, and you got nothing to say.
Down here, people are just getting breaks. Kotoeho +4 and a
Tim
9.
agrees with that, or at least he thinks it's better.
All right. Taki, a 1.5, at least somewhat more normal. And then we have Wakanosho and Ryuden. Roga gets a little bit of leniency over this. They say Roga gets put under Wakanosho with the 11-4, so.
Yeah, they were pretty insistent on this.
So to be fair, Wakanosho was tied for it.
This Basho has suspiciously high chaos vibes. I'm calling it Yokozuna Yusho in a very basic Yusho race. Yeah, I know. Every time you think it's going to be chaotic, it's like, oh, the Yokozuna just took care of business.
Okay. 1.5 over promotion for 9-6 and +2 over promotion for 10 and 5. Sounds fair enough to me. Sold. Print to chip it. Yeah, and then Tobizero and Oshomi get a full demotion. Warning that they should be doing that again. And then Fujiryoga holds on by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah. It's pretty fair to me. Yeah, I could see the rationale behind it, where we're all like, who's gonna win next? And Hoshoryu just comes in and takes care of business. It really could come down to Hoshoryu and Aonishiki this time, because that's what the expectation was last time. If Hoshoryu can just get out of his own head, and Aonishiki can cure his toe. Otherwise, I don't know who it's gonna be.
Feels like it's a huge mental thing for Hoshoryu to finally beat Aonishiki.
Yeah, that was a huge deal. It might have seemed like the smallest thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that
in
point,
the grand scheme.
At that point, he was already out of it. It was fighting for pride, but that's
a pretty big deal for him.
It could have been a 10-5. It could have looked real bad.
How much worse?
How much worse the pressure was on him.
Yeah, maybe
also,
with
yeah,
Aonishiki out of his head.
Yeah, also, this is Aonishiki fighting to stay out of Katoban.
Yeah.
It was 7-7.
Match.
Aonishiki was everything was on the line for him. So Aonishiki was 100% in it. And then
makes up for the weird match with
Hoshoryu
Kotozakura.
Already out of it by that point, because Kirishima clinched on a loss.
Right.
So, like, on the last day, all Hoshoryu was fighting with was the Yokozuna Pride. He gets it.
Hoshusho, all Ozeki positive, slow return of sanity. Hoshoryu versus Aonishiki is the ideal. Yeah, now that we don't have our Onosato in the picture, that's what everybody wants. Hoshoryu versus Aonishiki for the whole thing.
Onosato, please get surgery.
Please stop playing
games.
I don't even know if the surgery will work, but it's better than what he's doing now. No ways he...
There's got to be some sports medicine for this crap. Like, I don't...
There's plenty of sports medicine for this crap.
Throw the doctors at him.
Give him everything, every single thing you have.
All the science. Let's get it out. It's 2026. They have the stuff. They have done so much.
They have done a ridiculous amount.
The last 40 years, crazy advancements.
Too bad sumo wrestlers aren't allowed to have any of it. Not if you're Yokozuna, anyway.
They're getting better about it, but...
So, we are pretty close. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to do rapid fire questions, because that's been our new thing lately. Because we're 4 minutes shy of 2 hours, because, like, now we're a marathon channel. Everything we do is super long, so... Give you a little bit of an opportunity to just ask really quick questions while John...
Uh-oh.
What happened? Nothing bad, I hope.
Entry form is just hanging.
It wasn't that we lost her.
No, that's over here.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, server error. Great. Maybe we need to take a picture.
Yeah. Well, we've got the stream.
Oh, that's true. There will be a quiz after this. You guys will have to tell us every single person and where we put them. Instead of us going back and looking ourselves.
Hang on.
I think everybody's like either too tired or too drunk.
Oh, man.
Well, we can stall for 2.5 minutes. Might have to add this later.
Yeah, I may have to.
Hit save, John. Monsters question list. The vibes have been off today. Yeah, I see that. It's all because of what we talked about.
Well,
sorry about that.
Hopefully we'll be out of scandals the next time we do this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do our recap or our preview show, but we won't be able to chat with you guys.
All right. Looks like there is some server errors going on with the website.
Which do you like better, DB or DBZ? DBZ.
Do it on the new tab.
While there's things to definitely appreciate about Dragon Ball that DBZ could never capture, I just kind of like the direction. The less silly, more aggression. Obviously, there was no Vegeta in Dragon Ball. Monster says the website has been down a lot lately, so don't wait. So I might just need to keep that up and then do it at a later time or something.
All right.
What can we do?
I'll submit when I can, I guess.
Yeah. Just we have the video record.
Yeah. I was going to screenshot this and
then you realize you could just watch the video.
Yeah. I mean, either way.
Yeah. You could just pause right here and just look at it.
See if we can, I can't get everything on the screen without changing the zoom, but yeah, this is where we are.
Best sandwich bread. Sourdough.
Strong answer.
Do you have a favorite?
No. I
do like all types of bread, but sourdough is my favorite.
What always keep, like, sometimes you'll get like a fancy sandwich. Like you get like a sandwich like out at a restaurant, and you're always just like, oh man, this bread's good. What is this? Like sourdough bread?
It's always sourdough.
Yeah, you go home and it's like, here's my crap,
like
Wonder Bread.
Exactly.
Making my ham and cheeses or whatever I'm making.
It turns into like dust after you take a bite.
I just disintegrates when you eat into it. You're just like, it's bread. What are you gonna do? Well,
the best toast is rye, in my opinion. I like a nice rye toast.
Wheat toast is good too.
Wheat is good too.
Toasted or untoasted bread for sandwiches?
Depends on the sandwich.
I will default to untoasted, but if you're doing like any sandwich that needs to be heated up, toasted is a modifier.
True.
If it's just like a regular, like something like a grilled cheese, like it has to be toasted.
Of course. Absolutely.
And then like any
panini, any sort of panini.
Yeah.
Any panini bread not toasted. I've tried it. It's disgusting. It is meant to be toasted. But I like so many different types of sandwiches, so. Is a quesadilla a sandwich? Is it just a grilled cheese? I guess I'd say it's just a grilled cheese, but a grilled cheese is a sandwich, isn't it?
Grilled cheese is a sandwich.
Right, so it's a grilled cheese sandwich. NASA approved grilled cheese. I do really like quesadillas.
Read me more hater great comments of people hating on Hakaku. You think I disliked your idea, but I didn't think I would.
All right, we'll read a couple.
Yeah, might as well. Just gonna hit this button a few more times.
Because that was the original intent. Then we went off on a different tangent. It didn't work out. We're just gonna revel in some Hakaku negativity for a minute. And by the way, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not obsessing over the hate. I keep getting accused of that. It's like, no, I'm just, if anything, I'm latching on and going nuts. But to me, it's all just amusing. Okay, let's see. Oh, that would have been a good, I just found a good video for Hoshoryu hate. I haven't read it yet, but I can just imagine what was said in that video. Okay. Why am I having a hard time finding the video again?
Toasting goes a long way towards redeeming an inferior bread.
That's a good point, too.
Love from Tim. Going to give you a tip for pronouncing queso that 99% of people don't know. Don't say K, say ke. So quesadilla, not quesadilla. Now you're superior to 99% of people.
I don't think I'll ever be superior to anybody. Ah, here we go. I finally found it. All right, let's read some Hakaku negativity. And we can rate how negative it truly is. Let's see. As much as I dislike Hoshoryu, I wonder if him being the nephew of the JSA's most hated number 2 is the reason for the endless scrutiny. That's actually, I think that's referring to Hakaku, but it was actually more Hoshoryu focused. Okay. Hakaku, WTF, mind your own business. Hakaku is an absolute clown. Can I wait for him to retire? All right, here's a lengthy post. Shall we examine the Honorable Chairman Hakaku's own record as Yokozuna? Promoted following a 12-win Yusho and a 13-win runner-up score. Very good, but hardly the most impressive run to Yokozuna. Won his second outing at Yokozuna with an impressive 14-1. Then more than a year until his next title, including 6 months out injured. Overall, 6 tournament wins in 5 years at Yokozuna, 8 in total. Not terrible, but hardly of the top level, and those years also saw him post plenty of 11-4, 10-5, and 9-6, of which he is now being so critical. So yes, Hoshoryu really does need to get a tournament win to silence his critics, and giving up 2 gold stars isn't ideal, but he was exciting to watch this time, and perhaps Master Hakaku has forgotten his own record is available for anyone to see thanks to the internet. That's a pretty rough comment. That
answered the question about the
how
tenure.
long?
That was the original question earlier in the stream. It was just the guy was just like, you had a bad record. Like, what was a bad record? This guy was just like,
he just gave us everything.
Now this guy brought the data.
All right, he wants some lengthy ones. Hakaku's disrespect of the average fighters, not to mention his idiotic suggestion that Hoshoryu become more predictable with his charges, is flat out ridiculous. I hope that the Yokozuna disregards such misguided attempts at criticism and that the higher-ups at the JSA cease their ignorant bleating. Let's see. This is kind of an interesting one. Well, as far as that advice given by the chairman to Hoshoryu, and I paraphrase, perfect one attack and use it, Aonishiki did that, and look at where it's gotten him. Everyone figured it out, and he was barely able to use it this time around. A truly brilliant fighter has to be unpredictable and have all tricks in his bag and more. Let's see.
Man, this entry form is not playing around.
So, Monster said at first he thought it was meh, but it turned into a great comment as it went on. It's like he was just getting his stride. He had a lot to say. Let's see what else we got. All right, here's a lengthy one. You ready? Bob says they're both mad because they contain fallacies. See, without me really knowing Hakaku's career, it's so hard for me to say whether these guys are telling the truth or not. But man, they sure sound like they know what they're saying. Here's a nice long one. You ready? Though I'm not a big fan of Hoshoryu and never have been, the corrupt chairman's comments were way over the line in my opinion. Look, everyone knows Hoshoryu is not his uncle. He's never going to be seen as a great Yokozuna because he has never been a great sumo wrestler. He struggles to win titles and oftentimes struggles to get enough wins to contest a title. That doesn't make it okay to just slam him every chance they get. After all, it was the Yokozuna Council that promoted him. So if they're going to complain now, how does that make them look? Would they really be bold enough as to back the chairman's thoughts and possibly ridicule him to the point of retirement if he doesn't win? If you go back through sumo history, there have been a lot of Yokozunas who never won a cup. And when they did, those cups came before they were promoted to Yokozuna and none that followed. And then they retired. So we're going to have to fact check that one too, because I don't know. I go great on the first, hate on the second. Perfectly balanced voting. Ha ha ha, this turned into Hoshoryu hate. Everything turns into Hoshoryu hate. That's the whole point I was trying to make. We're trying to focus on Hakaku, and it's like, Hakaku's a jerk. I know Hoshoryu really sucks, okay? But Hakaku's a jerk. That was the most backhanded Hoshoryu diss. Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. Some of them can be funny. Because it's like, I really don't like paninis. But what I really hate is Hoshoryu. But back to paninis. That's pretty much most comment sections. Oh, here's a great backhanded one. I love this one. Hoshoryu is a very good wrestler. Unfortunately for him, he's about the least accomplished Yokozuna any of us have ever seen. At that level, more is expected, and so far he's not delivered. When he wins a tournament, the criticism will abate. It's like, you're a very good wrestler. Unfortunately, you're the worst Yokozuna we've ever seen. What the heck?
They're going to be clawing at him.
Oh, man.
I know we had talked about this. Him getting a Yusho is not going to make this stop.
It's not going to stop any of this.
There is nothing Hoshoryu can do except win an entire year's worth of tournaments back to back.
He'd have to win for 3 years.
Yeah,
he'd have to become Hakuho.
He would when he becomes Dai Yokozuna.
Yeah, even then, I'm not convinced.
Well, they'll still find something. They will. The thing is, he's won 10 Yushos. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know, but here's this. But
he still sucks. He let's see.
It's like, have you looked at the quality of his Yushos? It's like, dude, he's got 10 of them. Who cares? You need the second trophy cabinet.
Oh, here's a diss to the fans. You ready for this one? This comment section is gold, by the way. Some people here watching sumo for 5 years and they think they know it better than a real sumo tori. Want to change things that exist since a few hundred years ago, but now they're experts with their 20 years old and watch sumo for 3 years.
Yikes. Yikes.
I'm sure there are still some people who care about literally anything Hakaku says, but I can't imagine why. It's the same song and dance every time. Let's see. I gotta find another Hakaku one that doesn't turn into a Hoshoryu one.
I'm about to give up on this entry form.
All right. I'll give us a few more comments to write us out here. As I'm looking for Hakaku hate, I'm getting a lot more Hoshoryu hate. Woo! There's 6 in a row.
Guess we're grateful that the helper's on a different website, or else we would have been dead in the water from the beginning.
Oh, I know. They would have tanked the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna read this one out again, just to remind everybody because it's here. This is the comment that I read on the last stream that it kind of takes your breath away. It's not Hoshoryu's tenacity or technique that's the problem. He's as tough as old boots and highly skilled. Probably the best attacking Rikishi at the moment. He's just afflicted with a terrible attitude to the sport. His arrogant strutting, extra unnecessary pushes or pulls, and a general air of a bully are enough to dissuade many from supporting him. It doesn't matter if he's winning or losing. He consistently displays poor sportsmanship. He acts like he wins every basho 15-0, but that's far from the case. Think about where that comment started and then where it goes.
Man.
This comment section is just beautiful. Oh, man.
That one fell off the rails halfway through, and then it's kept driving anyway.
Like I said, it's like... So I was driving in the street, and I just saw this tree, and it reminded me how much I hate Hoshoryu. I'm trying to find one more Hakaku here. It's really mostly Hoshoryu hate, so it's kind of hard.
It ain't happening. I have to do this later.
Yep, I think we're think we're at the end of this now, but we've had some nice classic comments to like ride us out here. That one comment in the backhanded Hoshiri hater are in the Hall of Fame for this game. I got another video that is probably going to produce some seriously good comments, so we'll do this again. That one about the 20-year-old internet experts is a top tier comment. I agree. I should try to find more where the fans are dissing other fans. Those are pretty good. And we're just playing hater great now. Yeah, we have the classics at this point.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, you guys got any final thoughts?
What are your sumo hot takes?
I suspect he'd get a lot less hate if any of that were true. Well, at least there's a couple that are... there's a couple people swearing at Hakaku. I'm not going to read that one. And there's 176 likes for that one. It's finally brought mirth to the stream. Too bad we didn't do this earlier because the stream was cursed for the most part. Sorry, guys. It's okay. We got to find our stride sometimes.
One last click. After this doesn't work, I'm just shut that down.
Yep. I'm just trying to find like one last... Not allowed to hate on sumo fans without Goose. Final thoughts. Haters gonna hate. I should really get a decent Banzuke draft. M still needs to watch Furin. I should give Apothecary Diary Season 2 a chance. Yes. And haters hating can be fun if the comments are classic. And we've gotten a couple of real classics in the stream. I think you've got enough material now to get a first draft. I will watch Furin, and yes, you should watch Season 2. Be prepared to have a slow start, but I think it's going to have a dynamic ending. And I will need to get new videos to get more comments, but I have, like I said, where's Goose on the hate comment streams? I don't know. He was here earlier, but I think he's working.
Yeah, he popped in for lunch.
You got to figure the time zone difference makes this challenging. All right, if you guys got nothing else, I will bring some more hate comments to our second week live streams. We will be having our preview show. That's like a month away, though. The people still love Hater Great. We want the Hakaku and Random Magashira videos. I will put a lot more time and effort into this. This Guess the Banzuke stream came up quick for me because we did the video game stream last week, and I was like, oh, wow. The Guess the Banzuke is coming up in a couple days. So I will put some maximum effort into this. Oh, but I forgot to read the Ura comment. I did not print it out, but I will basically tell you this guy said, it really rubs me the wrong way watching Ura Henka like that. I don't know if I like the guy that much.
Damn.
And I was like, what? I went through hundreds of comments, though. Hundreds of comments. And, 500. Ura's the greatest thing that's ever happened to the world. Just one guy in the middle of all of it. There was a couple of he doesn't throw enough salt. So those are the only criticisms I could find. I still don't believe Ura has ever done a Henka. So I think this guy was either a bot or he mistook something as a Henka. And it's okay. We don't need Ura to throw a lot of salt. It's fine. We blew our load early on the game stream. It was so peaked that it had to be balanced out this time. There you go. It's okay. We worked it out. John will be entering this Banzuke at a later time.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
If the website ever comes back.
We do have until Monday. So.
Is this Monday's the deadline?
The 20th.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got a couple days. Hopefully it will work.
Yeah. Well, still hope. I'll keep checking.
Yeah. Just, I'll put something in the post section. I'll let you know. Guys, it's been fun. It's been over 2 hours. It's been almost 2.5 hours. How did that 19 minutes just fly by reading those excellent comments? I don't know. So catch us for the preview show, and then week 2, we'll have